Hey guys, it's Jason with Your Tech Explained, and today I've got the LG Watch Sport. This is the latest and greatest to come to Android Wear, not only for its hardware but for its software as well. This is the first watch to officially come with Android Wear 2 and Android Pay. All of that doesn't come cheap though. Let's take a closer look and see if it's worth it. First, let's take a look at the design. The watch itself is rather big and thick, which helps it fit in a large battery, something you're going to need because it also features LTE connectivity. Speaking of, the LTE and NFC antennas are found in the band, so if you're looking to replace it, you're out of luck. That's a shame because it's not the most comfortable watch I've ever worn, and a different band might have helped with that. Placing the antennas in the band did help keep it slimmer though, and trust me, you didn't want it getting any thicker than this. It's already chunky enough. One of the big standout features is the 3-button setup with a crown that actually rotates. This little gem borrowed from the Apple Watch is one of my favorite features of this watch. It took some getting used to, and I wish it didn't stick out so far from the body. Yet it works great, and it's so helpful to keep your fat fingers out of the way on these smaller screens. The other 2 buttons come in handy by being customizable. Either one can be assigned to launch any of the available apps on the watch. By default, the top is set for Google Fit and the bottom to Android Pay. The back of the watch features a heart rate monitor and is removable, giving you access to the SIM inside. The screen looks great, and using some sort of witchcraft, LG was able to include an ambient sensor behind the screen itself. Friends don't let friends use a watch with flat tires. Even with a removable back, it is IP68 rated for water and dust protection. A little splash here or there is okay, but I wouldn't recommend wearing it in the shower or the pool. The LG Watch Sport is running the latest Android Wear 2 software. This is a big overhaul of Android Wear, changing the style and most of the gestures we've learned from Android Wear 1. I had to retrain myself on how to use a watch coming from Android Wear 1. Android Wear 2 now acts as a separate entity, meant to exist on its own without need for your phone. Some newfound freedom it's gained from LTE, Wi-Fi, GPS, and NFC built in. You now tie your Google account directly to the watch and install apps from the Play Store on the watch itself. You can also stream music using LTE or Wi-Fi with the built-in speaker, or connect it to Bluetooth headphones or speakers, all without having to be tethered to your phone via Bluetooth. Whether or not you should do any of that depends on how often you want to charge your watch. Android Wear 2 also brings Assistant to your wrist. With Assistant, you can request info, ask questions, ask for directions, control your smart home, or even ask for a joke. Another perk from this update is Android Pay support. Thanks to the built-in NFC, the LG Watch Sport is the first official Android Wear watch to allow you to make purchases. Battery life was one of the sore spots of the LG Watch Sport. I'm not a heavy user of the watch, by which I mean I rarely stream music, make calls, or text with it. I mostly use it to manage my notifications and decide whether or not it's worth taking my phone out or not. Even with its 430 mAh battery, I rarely made it through the day without battery saver kicking in. I usually ended the day with less than 10% battery. With LTE toggled off, it was slightly better, ending the day in the 20% range. This is all compared to ending the day with 40% on my Huawei watch. Due to battery life, most of the time I had LTE toggled off during my usage. I really find no benefit to LTE on a watch at this point. To its credit, when I did use LTE, calls sounded good and clear. I'm just not a fan of taking speakerphone calls where everyone can hear my conversations. At least if you're going to be charging it often, you get to do it wirelessly. I've always enjoyed wireless charging on watches, because lining up pogo pins each night is no fun task. There is no doubt that the LG Watch Sport is the most feature-filled Android Wear watch out there. That doesn't mean it's perfect, it's still thick, has non-replaceable bands, and subpar battery life. However, the rotating crown and Android Pay make it very compelling. Now for that lingering question, is the LG Watch Sport for you? If you must have an LTE watch with Android Wear 2 and Android Pay, then yes, this is the only watch for you. That is, if you're willing to pay $350 for it. If you're just in the market for an LTE watch, then there are similarly priced and more affordable options out there. Samsung even offers some with Samsung Pay if you need mobile payments on your wrist. Thanks for watching guys, and give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more.